Hey guys, I'm Kristen, the anxiety therapist, and today I'm going to be talking about another cognitive distortion or thinking error that can lead to anxiety. If you saw my video a few weeks ago, I discussed the difference between expectations and goals, and this thinking error kind of goes hand in hand with that. It's called should statements, and these are things that we tell ourselves we should do or we need to do. So, for example, I should go to the grocery store this weekend, or I should be working on this work presentation instead of watching Netflix. And what this does is it creates this pressure and this feeling of being externally controlled. And if you are someone with anxiety, that is the last thing you want to feel, right? If you have anxiety, you want to feel like you are in control and have free will. So a good way to sort of reframe these statements is to switch the language and say, I want to, or I would like to do something. So I would like to go grocery shopping this weekend. If it doesn't happen, it's probably not the end of the world. So it just kind of shifts the perception that if something doesn't happen, it's not necessarily going to be catastrophic, the end of the world. It just allows for a little bit more flexibility. And that way, if you don't follow through for whatever reason, and we all have those days, right, where we're just feeling unmotivated or a bit more lazy, or we're really into a show, and so we just want to, finish out the season, whatever the case may be, it sort of eliminates that sense of guilt or disappointment that comes along with those should statements if we don't follow through. So if I tell myself I should be working on this work presentation instead of watching Netflix, and then I finish out my show, it's going to create a lot of guilt and disappointment and maybe some shame and feeling like a failure and a whole lot of other negative self-talk that often comes along with anxiety. But if I say, man, I would really like to work on that presentation so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow, but I'm choosing to finish out this show, then I know exactly what I'm setting myself up for, right? I am making a choice, and I know that I'm going to have to work on that presentation tomorrow. Not a failure. I'm just making a choice in the moment to do what it is that I want to do. So this often shows up in relation to other people as well, where we think somebody should behave a certain way in a situation, or they should be making a particular decision. And the reality is we don't have control over anyone else. So if we think that way about others, it also sets us up for disappointment, because then if they do something that is not in alignment with what we believe they should be doing, then we're left feeling disappointed, and that can create some conflict or some resentment or some other unpleasant emotions. So hopefully this will help you just kind of change the language that you use when you engage in some of that self-talk and those should statements, and just allow for more flexibility and free will in regard to the choices that you make in your life, and alleviate some of that pressure that creates anxiety. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check in next Friday for a new one, and have a great weekend. Take care.